All right, guys, how's it going? It is time for another today's exclusive. Yes, and today's exclusive centres around Fabrizio Romano. Mo Salah! Some of you don't know why I shout Mo Salah when we mention Fabrizio Romano. You'll have to ask in the comment section and maybe someone will help you out. So I've got some notes here because I don't want to read the entire article to you. You're not supposed to do things like that. It's not selective, like I'm not picking bits out to like back up what I'm saying or something like that. Just the key points really. And yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. Bear with me a little bit because I think I'm going to be all over the place with this one. But I've been speaking about it on the live stream this afternoon. And I think that we have to do a video about this. So it's titled Exclusive. World-class Liverpool star almost left in January. I don't care what anyone says, that's clickbait, right? Because if I look at that and think world-class Liverpool star almost left in January, I'm thinking, Mo Salah, Virgil van Dijk, maybe. I'm probably thinking Mo Salah, to be honest. I'm certainly not thinking Darwin Núñez. And really, what Fabrizio Romano's done here is he opens and tells you that it's about Darwin Núñez. And then basically, he's managed to get the world class in the title, in the exclusive title, because William Balaguer once referred to the player as world class. For example, talking about not being able to find a proper replacement for Núñez, described as world class by William Balaguer. That's it. That's the only reference to world class, but it enables the author of the article, which is usually one of these aggregators or Twitter twats, to say, well, he was called world class once. So that is shithousery there by Romano, which he, of all people, doesn't need to do. If you think he's a very wealthy man as a result of what he does, to do with football, although that will, of course, bring in a lot of traffic to GiveMeSport.com that carry his commentary. Now, people are split about Fabrizio Romano. I see him as nothing more than entertainment, to be honest with you. I don't believe he's got any connections whatsoever to anybody that runs Liverpool Football Club. So I don't think he's aware of their intentions. But he is connected, of course, to Fali. I thought I said Fanny then. Fali Ramadani, basically the chap that represents sleepy Federico Chiesa. So he's Romano's. He's down with the agents and stuff like that. Basically, if you were to do a bit of digging, there are allegations, that of paid promotions, if you like, that Romano and his team approached clubs with sponsorship deals, offering mentions on his social media platforms in exchange for payment. For instance, Norwegian club Vålerenga were allegedly offered exposure on Romano's channels, like on X, for example, for specific fees. This raises concerns about the blending of journalism and commercial interests. It's claimed that Romano charges €1,000 for transfer posts on X and up to €5,500 for a video if he publishes it on YouTube. And his commentary, of course, can significantly inflate a player's valuation. As clubs trying to buy a player often increase their offers or move quicker when they think there is a chance of losing out to a rival. I've watched multiple videos about this, where the suggestion is that Romano has such a wide audience, big audience, that, a player could be available for a set amount, but if he starts claiming other clubs are interested, that it can inflate the transfer fee. And that's why, the suggestion is that he can charge up to $5,500 for a mention or a video or whatever. This isn't me making this up, guys. If you do a bit of digging, there was, was it? Oh, I ain't got time to do it now. I did mention it in my newsletter this morning and linked to it. Mainstream media, I think it was in Sweden, I can't remember, or maybe it was Norway. Basically covered this. There's multiple videos on YouTube, but you've always got to be careful when people are making accusations against someone, because you don't know if there's a agenda there or they just don't like them. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, it doesn't really matter. But in case you're not aware, there are allegations in the mainstream media that Romano offers to mention players, for financial reward, to influence deals. And I think it's important that you know that, because this article yesterday, this exclusive that we're looking at, it's kind of left me baffled, to the point where I'm like, who does it benefit, that article? Why was he doing that? Anyway, let's just try and I've made some notes, and we'll try and get through this together, and maybe you can help me. Maybe collectively we can come up with something here. So in the article, he talks about the secret case of Darwin Núñez, which was one of the biggest stories in January, despite always being quiet in the media. How can it be one of the biggest stories, in terms of football, rumours, news, whatever, in January? One of the biggest. We're talking about world football here. One of the biggest, but it was also the quietest in the media. Very, very strange. As Liverpool were able to maintain their control in the best way possible. He says a concrete story. It was a concrete story, not just a normal call or an official bid that was sent to Liverpool and rejected from the Saudis, which was, as claimed by the Twitter twats at the time. If you remember, I don't know if I've got it here. Yes, in mid-January, Anfield Watch published an article titled "Exclusive: Liverpool Reject Extraordinary First Offer for Darwin Núñez." Sam Maguire wrote, "Anfield Watch understands the Reds have turned down a verbal offer in the region of £70 million for Darwin Núñez from Al Hilal." There yesterday, there was things out there, reminding people of that exclusive and how accurate it was based on Romano's claims. However, Romano said that it was Al Nasr, not Al Hilal, that made the offer or made attempts to sign Núñez, and they weren't immediately rebuffed. So the Twitter twats were saying it was another club, that bid for him, and it was immediately rebuffed. Romano doesn't really back them up. And in fact, Romano claimed that Liverpool accepted the proposal from Al Nasr, eventually accepted the proposal, but didn't proceed as they couldn't find a replacement. So me mentioning these exclusives or whatever, it's not about proving people wrong. It's about specifics, especially when people are making bold claims. And I don't think it's difficult to monitor what Saudi clubs, are hoping to do, planning to do, and then publish articles linking those Saudi clubs with players that are available at big clubs. Do you know what I mean? It's like anyone could do it. You could fucking set up a Twitter account today or a blog and, follow a bit of what goes on in the Saudis, what their intentions are in the summer, and think, all right, so they want a big name from a big club, who's available. And before you know it, you're creating your own exclusives. Now, listen to me, right? We're not really interested in the so-called fan sites and stuff like that, right? We're interested in what Romano's saying here. And Romano basically claimed that Liverpool turned down a proposal in excess of 75 million euros plus add-ons in January because there was nobody available to replace him. Not a single player in the world was available, apparently, for Liverpool to make this deal happen. Which I just find an astounding claim. There's no way in a million years, in my opinion, and it's only an opinion, there's no way in a million years I will accept that Liverpool couldn't find a way to make this deal happen. £70.8 million cash apparently offered to Liverpool for a player who's bombed at Anfield, right? And Liverpool shelled out £64 million for him, and the add-ons could take it up to £85 million. And here they've been presented with £70.8 million cash, right? For a player that's bombed. And you're telling me that Liverpool went, we can't do it. There's nobody out there. Nobody in the ranks. There's nobody out there that we can bring in on loan. You're telling me that Liverpool went, hang on a minute, we've got this player that's bombed and we're being offered 70 fucking million for him, right? But Romano wants you to believe that Liverpool went, nah, we can't do it. There's no one in the world. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. And I know I'm all over the place with this, but there's just so many things. So what they're saying is, what Romano's saying is, Liverpool didn't have time to find a proper replacement for Núñez when they apparently came in, in mid-January. So he wants us to believe that in mid-January, Liverpool received this offer and went, yeah, we could do business, yeah. But at that time, Liverpool felt that they could do something in terms of bringing a replacement in. But then all of a sudden, it was like, now we can't do it. In mid-January, if Liverpool thought there was no one available, they would have just said that we ain't going to be able to do anything. Why did they entertain the idea? I just don't believe that. I just don't believe it, guys. I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. It just doesn't add up. I'm sorry if I'm not explaining it very well. But I just don't believe that a player that's bombed, that you'd be fucking hell. I just don't believe it. Who does it benefit? This is the thing, right? Does it benefit Liverpool? Does it benefit Liverpool? Liverpool want people to know that this player is available. The Saudis were offering good money for him, apparently. That helps Liverpool in some way, because in the summer, hey, we've got this player available. Maybe people think he's worth it, blah, blah, blah. But that would suggest that Liverpool were working with Romano, and I don't believe that. I don't believe that's an option. So is Romano trying to help the Saudis here somehow? I don't see how it helps the Saudis, really, because how does it help them? Like, they wanted a player, they couldn't have him. It makes it look like they failed. I don't see how it helps them. I see the only individual or individuals I think this helps is Darwin Núñez and his representation. The Saudis wanted us, they were offering good money, this, that, and the other. But we couldn't make it happen. It makes Liverpool look good in the sense that, hey, we rejected Real Madrid and held on to, Trent Alexander-Arnold. We also rejected Al Nassr, or whatever the fuck they're called, and we held on to Darwin Núñez. We held on to these two players. We're a serious club. We didn't need to sell. But I still don't think it's Liverpool behind it. I really don't. Please at this point, comment in the video description, not the video description, in the comment section, if there's a reason, if there's something collectively together we can work this out. I think it was Daryl that said on the live stream today something about it keeps Milan interested in Darwin Núñez. We know that Darwin Núñez has joked about taking the money from the Saudis, but was that because it was really on his mind, or was he like taking the piss? It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. I will never believe in a million years that Liverpool rejected a £70.8 million cash offer for Darwin Núñez because they couldn't come up with a solution. From that 70 million, they couldn't find anybody in the world in January, a player that they already want to move out, right? We know this. Maybe you, I don't know, maybe you don't know this, but my opinion is that in December, that they had a sit down, the club, the player, the agent, and collectively they said, yeah, we're all on the same page. I think it's right to try and move the lad out, give him a chance somewhere else or whatever. No bad vibe, no drama, no bust-ups, no nothing. So you've got a player that Liverpool would be willing to sell and getting £70.8 million, but they can't do it in January because there's no one in the world that they can bring in. That sounds like your usual Liverpool drivel. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, we would only go for a unique market opportunity or something. But nah, come on, man. You trying to take Darwin Núñez off me for 70 plus million? I'll find a fucking way of making it happen if I've got to bring in someone on loan from somewhere. Nah, man, I'm not having it. Would you even notice Darwin Núñez if he went in January and wasn't sold anyway? Obviously, he'll play against Everton and score a brace now or something. But come on, guys. It just don't make sense. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. I'm going to keep saying that for the next 20 minutes of the video. You might as well log off right now. All right? It just doesn't make sense. So why? Why did we read it? Why is he putting that out there? He has form, allegedly, reputation for helping agents secure deals and helping clubs secure better transfer fees. Right? Do you know what I mean? So you have to be suspicious of Romano. You have to be suspicious of Romano. Anyone that knows their football and football news knows this. Knows who he has, relations with, like Chelsea, for example, and stuff like that. It don't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Maybe I don't make sense, but it ain't easy sitting in this chair trying to explain to you what I feel about this. I'm just baffled by the article. Let me see if I can get the article on screen here. Al Nasser sent 2 big proposals. I'm sure there was something that I wanted to mention to you from this, but I'm not reading all this guff out. Liverpool assess the situation again in the summer. Of course they will. Selling Darwin in January and the risk of bringing in a striker you don't really trust and probably overpaying in the final days of the window wasn't something that the management wanted to approve. Well, if they approached in mid-January and there was talk of a £70 million thing, it's not the final days of the window. And I think if I could get 70 million for Darwin, I'd be willing to gamble 20 million on someone. That is for fucking sure. Liverpool decided to say no. It goes along, it sounds very similar to how Liverpool decided to say no to Real Madrid. But I still don't believe that this is Liverpool, trying to do something with Romano. I guess I should just shut up and go now, because I am going to literally just sit here saying it doesn't make sense. Listen, I like to see what Fabrizio Romano is claiming, right? I do like to see what he's claiming, but I see him more as entertainment, and there are a lot of reasons why I'm dubious about some of the things he says. All right, but maybe that's no different to many other journalists. He is a hugely influential person in the footballing world. It's a massive business operation, a bigger audience than newspapers, individual newspaper titles and things. And I think the young fans really like that. They follow him and they listen to everything he says. But there are question marks over his credibility sometimes. And if anyone is paid to put something out there, you have to be cautious as to what they're claiming. And, this particular article, for example, wasn't something that he was just saying. It wasn't just something he was saying on his, personal accounts or anything. It's on Give Me Sport, which, people would say, well, he's obviously being paid to drive traffic to this website. This is an exclusive. It's clickbaity. I don't care what anyone says. Having a title world-class Liverpool star almost left in January. You're Fabrizio Romano. You don't need to clickbait. You can put his name in there. You can say Darwin Núñez almost left in January. You're not a shitty little blog or a Twitter account or something, like just trying to raise awareness or something. So it already makes me suspicious, you know what I mean? Like, about driving traffic. I'm not saying there's no interest in Darwin Núñez from the Saudis. At the end of the day, if you follow what's been, what those clubs are looking at doing in the summer, it's very easy, I think, to say, oh, well, that club's looking for someone, so they're going to want a big name. What big names are available from the Premier League? Darwin Núñez is a big name, a big name, big transfer fee would be available. And I just think it's easy to make these predictions and claims. It's like when Chelsea came into money years ago with Abramovich, and then Manchester City, lazy journalists were just linking, they've got money now, so they'll want everyone. It's like when Newcastle came into money, you know what I mean? It's just a strange one, guys, and I'm going to leave it with you. The reason for the video, I at the end of all my videos, I always think, did I do a good job explaining myself? I don't think I have done a good job with this video, but the reason for the video was to say, hey, look, this is a big exclusive. These are big claims. But I can never, in a million fucking years, believe that Liverpool let 70.8 million or plus 70 million pounds, not euros, pounds, out of their hands in January because there was nobody in the world that they could possibly have turned to provide cover. With regards Darwin Núñez as an individual, I like him. I don't think it's going to work out for him at Liverpool. I've been saying that for a long time. I think he's got to go. I think he goes to another club, and he'll probably, if he's the main man somewhere, rediscover his form, and we'll look at him and go, fucking hell, why didn't he do that for us? I wish him the best of luck wherever he goes. I really do. I like him. There's something about him that I like. His individual character. I'm starting to sound like Brendan Rodgers now, but it's just not worked. But I just don't believe that Liverpool 70.8 million, and they went, nah, we can't do anything. We can't do anything. And one thing I need to emphasise again, I don't know if I explained it properly or not. So mid-January, Liverpool were apparently offered this money, and they go, yeah, all right, yeah, we'll do something. If they knew they couldn't get someone in January, they knew in mid-January, they knew week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Bullshit. It's just complete bullshit. And I can't for the life of me work out what Romano is up to with this. Who it benefits. It's got to be Darwin Núñez and his agent, surely. Have you got anything that you can add to the conversation in the comment section of this video, guys? Because I really need your help with this one. And like I say, I don't think I've handled the video very well. It's hard for me with this one. But on the live stream this afternoon, there was some good suggestions put in there, and people were in agreement with me. Adam Naylor, AKM, and he was saying the same thing. He was like, I never believed that. What I mean? Like, club wants to sell the player, and they can get 70 million for him, but they can't do anything. And other people in the chat as well. So it's just very, very strange, guys. Very fucking strange. It's a no from me. It's a no from me. I'll leave it with you. If I've made a terrible video, please tell me. If you think I'm completely wrong, please tell me. This isn't about rubbishing Fabrizio Romano, okay? This isn't about rubbishing him. It's about saying something doesn't add up for me personally with this at all. Yes, I'm sure there's interest. I'm sure there was interest in January. Maybe they did approach. Maybe Liverpool went, nah, you're all right. Maybe the money's wrong or something. It just doesn't make sense that Liverpool would reject 70.8 million pounds of Darwin Núñez. I'm not fucking having it. Right, I'm off. I'm sorry for, I don't know. I'll leave it with you. Please leave a comment if you've got something sensible to say. Please thumbs up the video if you appreciate the effort at least. Is anybody on my page here? Anybody? Or do you just think, no, Fabrizio Romano should be trusted? But do you know what I mean? Someone's not right. And if you want to buy me a coffee, hit the super thanks button. The love out of the video. I'll give you a shout out in tomorrow morning's morning briefing. But don't think I've done a very good job with this video, but I don't know. Please read the video description and sign up to my newsletter. I sent out a very long update today. I'll pin the comment. I will pin a comment as well that has the link. You can just jump in. There's no advertising or any shite like that. It's a popular newsletter when I send them out. The feedback from today's was very good, and I think you're missing out if you're not on there. But I guess I would say that. All right, guys, take it easy. Thumbs up, comment, whatever. Hopefully speak soon.